Greetings and salutations, and this is Techrodon here, back with more .hack GU Volume 1 Rebirth. And I'm gonna shut up because cutscene.
How should I fight? Oh crap! The match is starting!
Come on, don't be nervous. It's Kun, right? Knowing him, he might just lose to us on purpose.
You think? Will it be okay? But, oh man, what am I gonna do?
It'll be fine, Syllabus. Now, let's go.
That's why Epitaph users should never ever use avatars! Except against things like Ida!
Kun refused to recognize my power. But I'm not going to change how I do things. And I'll win, no matter what!
We've finally come to the finals of Demon Palace Tournament. Here is our commentator for today. Please. Yes, it's Mr. Yana from the Guild Raven. Nice to have you with us today. As Raven's Guildmaster, what do you think of Team Haseo?
I praise Team Haseo for making it this far in the tournament.
Yeah!
However, I believe there are three major reasons why it will be difficult for Team Haseo to win this match against Team Kun.
And what's that?
Well, the first reason is how familiar and knowledgeable they are with their own characters. The second reason is how much experience Team Haseo has with arena battles.
And Terrace? And Terrace? What the hell are you doing there?
Didn't I tell you?
No.
Shouldn't be a problem if I am your opponent. You'll defeat anyone, no matter who they are. That's what you said, isn't it, kid?
And the third reason is the strength of their resolve and conviction as players.
I will never accept what you're doing, Haseo! No, not for as long as I breathe! Your philosophy is wrong! You think everything's fine as long as you win? Anything's allowed? Don't you realize it's not worth attaining your goal if you ruin others?
Shut up! What are you, stupid? Who will recognize you if you lose?
You're wrong, Haseo. Winning isn't everything.
Of course it is. I will make you recognize my power!
So, I have some good news and some even more good news. The first good news is we're almost done with this Let's Play, and this is probably the shortest part of the whole Let's Play. The next part might be the longest. It's like 52 minutes unless I'm able to cut out some filler from it, which I probably won't be able to. But that's the first good news, because I kind of want to get to Volume 2 already, which that brings me to the second good news. I just finished Volume 2 before doing this commentary. So, I will be uploading that alongside Hi-Fi Rush. We're going to keep the .hack GU train going. I'm not going to do Volume 3 for this season of Run On Games. That's going to be put off until Volume 4 Run On Games. Or not Volume 4, Volume 5 of Run On Games, but I wanted to get the first two out of the way this volume, just so that, like, I don't have to play as much later, you know, like, I can play the game while it's fresh on my mind, while, like, I'm still, like, enjoying it the most I will ever enjoy it, because, well, the most I may ever enjoy it. Most games, your most fun time with it is your first couple runs of it. Most games. There are some games where it gets better the more you play it, like Resident Evil 2 Remake, or Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, or Crash Bandicoot 2, games like that, where the more you play it, the better it gets. But there are a lot of games. I don't know if this game's going to end up like that for me, but there are a lot of games where, like, after my first run or two of the game, it becomes less fun. Like, I still love the game, and I'll still enjoy replaying it from time to time, but it'll be less fun than my first go around. And I think this is going to end up being one of those games, so I kind of wanted to get Volumes 1 and 2 out of the way while I'm at my most excited, like, I'm at my most enthusiastic for them. From what I gather, I don't know any spoilers from it yet, aside from, like, something about Ovan in Volume 3. And I'm not going to mention, like, anything from Volume 2 either, unless it's, like, not really a spoiler. Or it's, like, something so, like, insignificant, it doesn't matter. But I'm keeping a lid on a lot of Volume 2 stuff, because Volume 2, the plot gets really good. In this first game, it was mainly the characters that were carrying it for me. Like, the plot was good, and the gameplay is fun, albeit a bit repetitive. Like, I had to take a break from this game because I played, like, Volume 1 all the way through, and then I played, like, 6 hours into Volume 2. And at that point, I had played 20 hours of the game, and I was like, you know what, I need a break from this, because, like, the game isn't too repetitive. You do get new stuff here and there, especially in the latter half of Volume 2. Like, I appreciate that Volume 2 tried to, like, give you new experiences in the second half of it, because the first half felt really repetitive. I'm not gonna lie. But Volume 2 I would put above Volume 1, just because it does give you a bit more to do in the second half. There's a few, like, unique instances going on that I can't really talk about because of spoilers. But for one, you get more character bosses. There's a really cool moment where an area that's normally not a combat zone becomes a combat zone. It's really interesting and fun. Like, I just love what they did with the latter half of Volume 2, and I kind of wish some of that stuff had come earlier on, because, like, if some of the stuff they introduced near the end of Volume 2 came a little earlier, then I would have had a lot more fun with the beginning, and I probably wouldn't have needed a break. Because I would say the first third of Volume 2 is not all that fun. It's probably the most repetitive that it's gotten. Is the first 5 or 6 hours of Volume 2, but after that, it gets a little better. The last third of the game starts introducing a lot of new shit, and then the middle third of the game has a bunch of really interesting plot going on, to the point where you just stop caring about how repetitive it is. You just want to keep going to find out what happens. Like, it's really good at, like, making you want to keep playing once you get past the first third of it. And for that reason, I would put it above Volume 1, because, in my honest opinion, the second half of Volume 1 is carried by the characters. The gameplay is still fun, but it starts getting repetitive. And then, the story doesn't have a lot revealed yet, so it isn't as good as it eventually gets. Like, Volume 2 definitely, like, benefits from having more things revealed by the time the story is over, because there's more interesting stuff going on due to that. But that's stuff for later. That's stuff for later. I'm just happy that we're almost done. Like, after this, we literally only have 2 more parts. And that I get to do a really short part now, because I always enjoy commentating on shorter videos than longer ones, because it drains me less, for one. Oh, shit. I probably could have cut up. I mean, if I did, the video would probably be too short, but I probably could have cut out a few of these deaths here, because this is not very fun gameplay to watch, I imagine. But you know what? It gives me more room to commentate on a video that would otherwise be half cutscene if I cut all this. So yeah. counterattack. So I have plans, or at least I don't know if I'm gonna do it yet because I'm kind of putting like off recording more gameplay for any games until I get both this and the Hat in Time done, and I get a good bit into the uploads for Hi-Fi Rush and Volume 2 of this. But I have plans that are changed up a little bit. I already mentioned that like I might be playing a different Resident Evil game than Resident Evil Revelations 2, which was the original plan. I'm not sure if that's what's going to happen. If it is another Resident Evil game, it'll probably be the RE1 remake. If it's not, then I'll just do Rev 2 like the original plan. But the other game has actually been kind of decided. I already mentioned that like I kind of want to like end off this season of Modern Games with like Sonic and Shadow Generations when it comes out. But I realized that like by the time it comes out, I will have run out of videos to upload if I only did 5 Let's Plays before it. So I'm probably going to do some Aerofall. Aerofall is a game I really enjoy. It's a classic RPG style game. It's about 20 hours long, about the same length of Volume 2 of .hack GU. I'm thinking about it. I got it downloaded just in case, which wasn't really needed because it's a fast download, but it's a classic style JRPG style game. I don't know if it actually is classified as JRPG, but it's kind of like classic style JRPGs a little bit. But yeah, I'll probably be doing that. If I don't, then you'll find out what other game I end up doing.
Get out of my way! Or else I'll eat you alive! Escape!
You fool! Come on! My Megas!
So little context on this. This is probably the most important, no, actually this is the second most important. I forgot we still got Entrance to deal with. But this is the second most important Avatar battle in the entire first game. Because of a very important story moment that's going to happen at the end of it. But Entrance is the most important. And I'm not really spoiling too much with Entrance because we already knew he was powerful. And like, if you take a second to think about it, you can figure out he's an epitaph user. But yeah, I'm not spoiling much either because we're literally fighting Entrance the next video. Like, I'm literally not spoiling shit. We're fighting him the next video. If you actually like sit there and think for a minute, you'll realize it. Because I kind of pieced it together before I knew he was an epitaph user. I knew it like, I want to say around this part of the game was when I figured it out. Maybe like probably before this arena battle, but like around this part of the game, I think is when I figured out that, okay, this guy must be an epitaph user. There's no way he ain't. It's not like the most obvious thing, but it's like there are clues there. You can figure it out. It's not like in your face, but you know, there's this really powerful character that seems to be able to take on entire teams on his own. Just think about that. There ain't no way he'd be able to do that unless he had an avatar. Like, come on. Come on. Also, I'd like to mention that, like, at the time of doing this commentary, I know most of the epitaph users now because most of them get revealed, and most of the ones that aren't revealed in Volume 1 get revealed in Volume 2. There's still, like, one that hasn't been confirmed, but I'm not gonna say who the Volume 2 confirmed ones are, but in Volume 1 we already have Haseo, Kun, Pai, and Entrance. That's already half of them. We get 3 more revealed in Volume 2. It's really interesting. And then there's just one that's like, you ain't gonna know yet. Entrance is a great character. I'm gonna say this now. In the first game, he was kind of annoying, but like, I'm not gonna say what changes my mind on Entrance, but he's, by the end of the second game, he's become one of my favorite characters. In the first, he annoyed me though, because like in the first, he's just kind of like this smug jackass, this like just taunting you. It's just like you just want to kick his ass. But in the second game, like, you see another side of him. It's just nice. It's kind of like a similar thing to Haseo. Like in the first game, he's way more annoying. But then like by the end of the first game, like you could already tell he's grown a lot. And then like some point in the second game, he like gets to the point where he's a lot less rough around the edges. Haseo's probably the best written character in these games so far, if I'm to be honest. He probably is, because he has the best character arc and development out of every character so far. Though there are some really good, like, ones that, like, if you were to say, in your opinion, they're better than Haseo, I could see why. Like, Adley has a really good one that I'm not going to spoil. Entrance has, even though Entrance is a little more simple and short, it's still pretty good. The one that Kun goes through is also kind of shorter, but it's still pretty good. Like there's a bunch of good characters. Like these games, in my opinion, excel at their character arcs. Whether they're short like Kun and Entrances, or they're like long ones like Haseo or Adley. Like, Haseo and Adley literally go through character arcs in these first 2 games that literally span almost the entirety of both games. Which is not an easy feat to do, because most game devs or writers would have ended their character arc in the first game and gave them a new one in the second. But these games manage to drag it on without it feeling like it's being dragged on, you know, like it actually paced well and everything.
What the? Stop it. No. Stop this. No. Please stop. That's enough. I told you to stop it. Hey, cut it out. Stop. All right. That's enough already. Now stop!
But Haseo...
Kun! Are you all right?
Is this what you were aiming for?
No! Please! I never meant to! No! This isn't what was supposed to happen!
Do you understand now? Avatars amplify the dark side of our hearts. That is not something that can easily be overcome.
Then what?
You should always be prepared to lose something that is precious to you.
Be prepared to lose something.
And be prepared to protect something. Something precious to you.
Stop. Please stop it. Coon! Run! Run away!
I guess I was never really prepared for this kind of thing.
Please! Just go!
I'm sorry, but this was the only way I could think of.
Please don't. Stop, 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 stop! Coon, I...
What? What's wrong, Haseo? That expression isn't like you.
Coon?
You used the ability of propagation, didn't you?
Yep, my avatar's a good boy, huh?
Propagation?
Yes. It's Coon's avatar's special ability. When it's used, it has the power to propagate all kinds of data. You propagated your own data to make up for what Haseo drained. Isn't that right, Coon?
Hey! That's exactly right. I knew you'd get it, Pi.
You idiot. Why'd you take everything on yourself? You could have become one of the lost ones!
I know. Idiots can only think of idiotic ideas.
Why you?
Stop! That's quite enough lecturing. Now then, let me speak.
Huh?
I give up. You win. You...
Huh?
You give up? That's the match! Team Coon has given...
Hey now, I did pretty good out there, didn't I? You think you can be a little nicer to me?
Just do whatever you want.
Come on, Pi. You see, Haseo? It's just as I told you, right? Winning isn't everything. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Just don't make the same mistake again, okay?
Kid,
And Terrace.
get it now?
Yeah. You were right. I wasn't even able to control my own power.
As long as you understand. Though you surprised me, kid.
If you know them, then you must have known about the avatars.
I was hired to do a job. I don't know anything about any avatars. Even if I did, it wouldn't change what I had to teach. It's no good anymore when the user becomes the used.
Yeah.
Anyway, kid, you're the victor. Make sure that you put on a championship fight worthy of my disciple.
I told you, I'm not your disciple.
The team that conquered this tournament is none other than first-time contender, Team Haseo! This team is famous for their come-from-behind victories, and have gained the right to challenge the Emperor in the title match. I'm afraid it turned out to be a disappointing loss for Team Kun. Why do you think they lost?
So it ate the Magus. Well, it would seem there's time to rethink his future assignment.
Huh? Mr. Yada?
Anyway, there's not a lot of time left to talk, so I'll have to give my thoughts on what just happened next video, if I remember. So I'm going to end it off here. Bye!